So there's a big aspect of climate change that most people don't seem to know about called positive feedback loops. You might think that the biggest problem with trees dying is that they're no longer around to soak up the carbon dioxide that we put in the air, and that is a large concern. But a bigger problem is the dead trees themselves. When trees decompose, they release carbon dioxide and methane, another greenhouse gas that is 20 times more effective at warming the atmosphere than carbon dioxide. 20 times worse than carbon dioxide! This means that if a relatively small portion of a forest dies and starts releasing all the carbon it soaked up, it would actually be putting more carbon into the air than it takes out, which will result in more warming, which will result in more dying trees, which will result in more carbon, and so on and so on. Feedback loop. And this one's already in effect. A 30-year-long study conducted in the Amazon rainforest found that it usually absorbs almost 2 billion tons of carbon dioxide per year. But because of dying trees, the rainforest actually ended up releasing more carbon than it absorbed in 2005 due to a severe drought, which was thought to be a once-in-a-century event. But then the same thing happened in 2010 due to an even worse drought. And there are many more feedback loops. Desertification, melting ice, forest fires, water vapor feedback, acidification of the ocean. The feedback loop that scientists are most worried about lies in permafrost. Do you get it? We create a small change in the environment, and that kicks off processes that feed off themselves, eventually creating a large change.